Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem. This week the recipe calls for a stencil, which I have here. It's an older Crafter's Workshop stencil that I actually bought in both 12 by 12 and the smaller, maybe 9 by 12 or 6 by 8. And I've used the smaller one, but it doesn't look like I've ever used the large one. So I'm going to actually make my background with it. It also calls for texture paste and a black background. So this is Vicki Boutin's Mixed Media Foundations paper in black. And I'm going to use Vicki Boutin's Creative FX Prism Glaze. It calls for texture paste, and I think that'll work for texture paste. I'm working off this photo of Katie that came up in her dad's memories of, I think it was 11 years ago, maybe 12 or 13 years ago, I'll have to look that up, when she did a self-portrait. And she's holding the self-portrait up. And when I saw this, the hair kind of reminded me of the hair in the stencil. So I actually was planning to use the stencil, maybe the smaller one, on a page to scrap this photo. But when Mixed Media Mayhem said texture paste and a stencil, I thought, why not use the big one? And I'll kind of group the photo cluster over here. So let's work on the background now. I've got some ideas, but I don't know how well they're gonna work out. I'm gonna first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some washi tape, and I've moved my washi tape, so I don't know where it is. I'm going to use some washi tape and I'm going to pitch this. I don't think I'm going to blend anything, or I don't think I'm going to need that. But what I want to do here is I want to tape the paper to my glass mat. Let me move my computer back a bit. Put that here. I'll tape it to the glass mat down here and up here. And then I will tape the stencil to the glass mat. This is TCW 617 if you are inclined to look for it, and I know that because I can see it right here, the way the light is shining on it, and the light is kind of reflecting. I have two lights illuminating my space here, and this one, the one on the left, is kind of reflecting off the glass mat, and this one's reflecting off the stencil. So I've got all kinds of, it's like Christmas here with all these lights. Okay, so now I'm going to start with, I'm going to do kind of an ombre-ish effect. I'm going to start with this, what color is this one? I don't see, it's Prism Glaze. And it is a beautiful kind of aqua color. And I'm just going to kind of sweep it across in, I don't want the ombre to be strictly straight across ombreing down. It's going to ombre at an angle. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. And I'm kind of trying to work this through the stencil onto the black, and I'm going to come up, I'm going to kind of go down a little bit more. Then this is going to ombre into, from this aqua color into a blue color. I was tempted to just do it all in white and then maybe do something else for color, like the photo cluster, which is going to be colorful. I'm using Where to Next papers there. Okay, so that's that part. And I think I'll leave that as it is. Now I'm going to clean off my palette knife, and I'm going to dig into the Azure Blue Glaze. And I think this came out with Print Shop. I'm pretty sure that's the collection there. I'm going to kind of blend it in there. Let it really look like it has kind of ombreed down into it, so it's kind of a mix of the two colors at some point. Get the glaze into here. This isn't as thick a medium as like a white modeling paste might be, so you kind of have to work it into the other thing is, I've found, I hope that's the case here, is it's not so thin that it sneaks under the stencil. At least that hasn't been my experience. I hope that is the case today. I'm going to kind of go so that the hair is bluish. And now I'm going to leave those things undone until I get the pink. It's actually Rose Gold Glaze. All three of these are Vicki Boutin. I had pulled out a Brutus Monroe. Okay, and this one is quite a bit thicker. It's older, and it's so I'm going to put it on this part that doesn't have any holes and kind of work it into the part that does. I'm not going to do a glop on over the holes, over the cuts. I'd rather have a smooth working glaze before I go over the cuts. And that may not be working out for me, but we'll see what happens. This reveal is going to be as revealing to me as it is to you. I've never done anything like this before, but that's what I love about Mixed Media Mayhem, is it gives me the ideas and kind of the license to try new things. Whether it works out or whether I like it or whether it's something I'll ever do again or not, it's worth trying. And it's probably the only time that it actually that all of this kind of actually feels like art, if you understand what I mean. This is going to be an interesting job to clean this stencil. And actually, I'm trying to cover every cut to get every bit of detail on the page. This is going to be hard, this wide open. Okay, I've got that somewhat smoothed, and now just this little bit down here. Okay, now I'm going to clean the palette knife and, more importantly, put the lid on the glaze so it doesn't dry out any more than it already has. And I'm going to lift the stencil up. There we go. Oh my goodness, that is really beautiful. I'm going to ask you to excuse me for a minute. I'm going to run and put this in the sink. Back when I used to have a bigger or a different table, I'd have like a cookie sheet that I'd put with some soapy water and soak my stencils in it. Okay, so there's a little bit of a mess right here, but it kind of looks like the design, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to arrange the, let me do something here. I'm going to put the stencil, which is drying, kind of off to the side, and then I will build the photo cluster. Let me take this washi tape off. Okay. And here I'm going to build the photo cluster. I know that I want the photo, which is matted in orange, to kind of be up on top of the frame. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the frame, and then I'll adjust the photo kind of like so. And I know I want this floral to kind of fit up on the orange mat. So I'm going to do that with liquid glue along the back of this. Okay, that is on there. I want this ruler, because she did this in school, I want the ruler there. So I'm going to put some more liquid glue along here. And the ruler has a foam strip behind it. Let me put the big numbers out. kind of like so. And so I'm going to need some tape here. On this. That'll bring it up to the same level. And then I have these, which I don't want to connect to that. I'm going to have you help me, or I'm going to show you the choices I have for ladybugs. This is Katybug, so we do ladybugs on Katybug pages. This one I think is too big. This one is a Vicki Boutin ladybug that maybe could go I could put this here, and the title could be Capturing the Ladybug Vibe, or the Katybug Vibe. And if I just use that little tiny one kind of right there, I'm thinking I like that the best. And then I thought I would use this U somewhere separate from the title, away from the title, kind of maybe, I don't know, let's see. Let's see how all this looks. I hate covering up this kind of writing, or what looks like scripty writing, but hopefully some of it will show if I place this properly. I just absolutely love these with that Prism Glaze. It has a different reflective property than the other glazes. It was probably the first one that she put out. I'm gonna do, that is gonna cover it, isn't it? Maybe I could put it down further. There we go. It's touching, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna go with right there. And I can do the title maybe up here. And this Capturing the Vibe and the ladybug are from Discover+Create. And the papers are from the hibiscus, and this paper are from Where to Next. The frame I think might be Print Shop, but it could also be Discover+Create. Let me, there's a little bit of buckle there, but that will all work out when it gets dry. So I'm just gonna it's like Katybug is capturing the Katybug vibe. Okay, I want to put the pencil and the paintbrush over here again because it's school. It was in school. There. I just absolutely love that. What a great idea. If it hadn't worked out, you'd never see this video. I would hide it and go do something else. But I'm really happy to say that I love it. Okay, there. And should I use this ladybug? I have my one ladybug. I think I'm going to leave it at that. and it stands out because it's kind of up there where there are no other colors. Okay, now the U I thought could go right here, and it could refer to this image or that one. And I love this because it's the exact same color blue of that texture paste. And this is from Discover+Create. It's from the chipboard pack. And it's in a kind of script that sort of really matches the style or the vibe there. So I've captured the Crafter's Workshop vibe, while Katie's capturing the Ladybug vibe, or the Katybug vibe. Okay, I'm done. That was a quick one, and it's probably one of my favorite pages ever. I will get a date, and I'll probably journal on here in white ink. But I've got the aqua there that kind of reflects, has the aqua that's of the first color that I used, the Prism Glaze. And then I've the blue background in the photo, and this blue, here's an aqua flower, and I don't know, I just like it. And this mauve color is kind of the color of the rose gold. It's a little bit more purple. And this pencil is colored pencil. She had done this in a colored pencil. So I'm happy with this page. I thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.